Okay, let's do it. Yes, y'all, my blinds are closed. Today we are going to talk about the movie The Incredibles and how it connects to today's society. Now, as we know, The Incredibles is about a superhuman family that tries to save the world. In the beginning, it was just two of them. They were using their powers, helping people, saving the world, until the government and the news media started to hate them. They were supposedly taking away the jobs of police and firefighters and all that, until they made it illegal to be a superhero. He hated his life. He tried to be domestic. He tried to have a job. He got married. He had kids and all of that. He tried to live the regular life as a human. But it just wasn't it. He knew he could be more. Now, why do I say this? We all are living just like Bob. We have so much greatness that we can create, but we want to sit at a desk. Don't believe me? So it is said over 90% of our DNA is junk. Because it's not activated, we don't use it. It's just sitting in our bodies just doing nothing, huh? What if the food that we eat and the air that we breathe is constantly blocking us from those powers? So we can't be like the Incredible. Y'all have to understand that there are things put in place to keep you at the specific level in your life that you are right now. You are so much more than trying to memorize the front register. Do more and be more. It shouldn't just be school, work, family, die. They need things to keep running the way it is. They want us to be just like Bob when he was working and he was over it and he had them powers and he didn't get to use them. Because it messes up what they want and they have. It works out for them if we're just docile and we don't pay attention to things. Everything will be okay if you just do everything their way. Don't do anything extraordinary, just be normal and don't do nothing but work. And then groom your kids, take them to school and make them work just like you. Don't be like this. Don't use your powers. Be in the system. But y'all be safe. Y'all remember this movie? Hold on real quick. Ghosts can fly through walls, but I'ma still close my blinds. Today we're gonna talk about scary movies, this one in particular, and some of the spiritual secrets that they teach. If you haven't watched it, this movie is about low density astral projection. And if you didn't know, astral projection is the ability to have an out of body experience. You can go wherever you wanna go, fly through walls, all of that. And no one can see you. Well, except for anybody or the beings that's on the astral realm. And in this movie, a family moves into a haunted house. Dalton, right there, he had the ability to astral project. He would fly, and he said, last night I watched myself sleep. Dalton had hit his head one time and fell asleep, but he always used to astral project. And in that astral project, the being that was haunting that house with the red face had kidnapped his spiritual body, and he couldn't return back to his body. So his family thought he was just in a coma. Now, people like me and her can see into the spiritual world. Before I start talking, I just want to let you know that when you're in astral projection, you can never lose your body. You can't get stuck there. No entity can hold you there. You are directly connected to your body. So in this movie, they turn astral projection into a scary thing. No, it does not look like this. A lot of people aren't aware of the spiritual realm. They didn't understand what was going on with their son. But this woman Elaine knew exactly what was going on because she told them you have to take care of your spiritual body and your physical body. You're not just a meat suit. Some ghosts just need help being set free. And you have other ones who are just pure negative. They feed off of fear and negative energy, anxiety, being scared. That's why the being trapped Dalton, because he could feed him that fear. But the only difference between Dalton and this woman is that she doesn't feed the negative entities. Think of it like a light that she's carrying around. Well, these negative entities, they don't like that light. They don't like positivity. They don't like none of that. She used her words. When you are in fear, you forget that you have a light. But she has battled with many negative entities, so she already know the deal. Astral projection is a wonderful, fun experience. But if you forget that you have light or doubt yourself or be in fear, then you won't experience happy things. You attract whatever you're feeling. So have fun and fly around. But don't let the misconceptions of these movies scare you. Just learn from the people who were actually able to fight back in those movies. Y'all stay positive and be safe. I just knew I liked this movie for some reason. Yeah, I'm just gonna shut that. Today we are going to look at the hidden messages in Divergent. Okay, so as we know in the movie Divergent, the world was split up into like 5 factions. Or if you did not fit into the factions, you would be factionless and homeless. But my girl Trish, instead of fitting into it, she was all of the factions, which was called Divergent. And being Divergent, somehow people would end up dead.
We believe there will be those among you who will transcend these factions. These will be the Divergent.
Now, in this movie, this woman tries to control the minds of Dauntless, which is basically like the police people or whatever. So in the movie, what they call erudite is, in our real life, the CDC, scientists, all of them. They're the ones who help with our genetically modified food. They're the ones who put us into quarantine. Now, these leaders are the ones who control and want to program soldiers' brains. You know how like erudite did in the movie? Now, the woman said divergents are vital to the improvement of humans. But there are people who still want to control the system. And they want their soldiers. removing threats of anybody practicing their independent will. People who think outside of the box, like Dr. Sabi, who died in police custody. Stanley Meyer, water-powered car, mysterious death. Malcolm X, dead, assassinated. People like him is very important to get knocked off because they interrupt the system. They can't be controlled. They make people think.
The conformity to the faction removes the threat of anyone exercising their independent will.
Now, you saw that what she said, the Divergent threaten the system. They want to create all their soldiers to do whatever they want. You saw in the movie how they did this part? Divergents like Dr. Sabi are the people who are problems. For Area Dot anyway. But the truth is they are very vital to the upstanding of mankind. Now, are you divergent? Are you a person who thinks outside of the box? Are you factionless and don't belong anywhere? Because you don't fit into the system. Y'all be safe though, because they do be hunting these divergents down. Can we really just talk about this movie just real quick? We hitting close to home today. Please bear with me because I'm a little bit nervous to do this video. Y'all cannot tell me that wasn't trying to warn us. This movie is from the same people who directed The Matrix. But before I start, I just need everybody to watch this clip real quick.
Why do the elites want children from sex traffickers? Adrenochrome. It is harvested from children for a euphoric and life-enhancing benefit.
Now, I can't believe they showed that on TV, but that clip also reminded me of a movie. So this movie is about an elite alien family who's trying to take over Earth. They've taken over many planets before. Now, the purpose of these elites is to harvest humans, to create this youth serum that makes them young again. And it reminded me of something that we have, adrenochrome, which is said to be the blood of babies. Now, we have had celebrities admit to this. Y'all remember this from the Steve Harvey show? The best way to hide the truth is to put it in plain sight. Look at this.
Extract its foreskin from a Korean baby.
You see how they laughing about it? And you know I had to bring the Simpsons into this.
Medicine there is, and all I really needed was the blood of a young boy.
Now in the movie, humans don't understand what's happening on Earth. Reminds me of our reality. Because they're literally showing us everything.
I suck babies' blood.
Look at Oprah's
Put it
face.
on my face.
Now if this isn't bothering you, look at this. They even showed it in South Park.
This satanic cabal of Hollywood and political elites all need the adrenochrome to maintain their positions of power.
Honestly, everything just needs to be seen for what it is. I'm just telling everybody to connect the dots. Oh yeah, and it was reptilians in this movie, y'all. Protect the children and stay safe from this world that we live in, y'all. Can we talk about this TV show called The 100? Specifically, the last season. And yes, these blinds will continue to stay closed. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, so if you haven't watched it, get off this video. Now, in this season, there is an orb that takes you to different planets, if you have the right coordinates. Now, also on this orb, there is a code to Supreme Higher Intelligence that gives different species on planets a test, whether or not they can ascend with them. So in Christian terms, it would be like the rapture, aka Judgment Day. Now, there's this group of people who control the orb, who believe in fighting a war to save all mankind, controlled by this man who thinks he's God. They have a belief system of not feeling love, not having any emotional attachments to anything, and fighting the war. That's all they care about. Now, the main characters are being attacked by these people, and they don't care who they hurt. They all want for the benefit of themselves. A lot of fighting goes on, and these higher conscious beings are like, oh no, y'all not ready. All of this fighting, all of this anger, no love. Why would we want y'all to join us in our intelligence? I wonder if we could say the same thing for everybody on this planet. So many wars, so much disagreement, different religions, and some of them think that they're better than the other one. Same thing in the TV show, a character named Allie, she communicated with the higher beings and she said we're not ready either. These higher beings do not want to interact with the negative energy or the vibration of humans. Probably why we haven't seen these beings integrate into our society. I mean, let's just be honest, Earth is ghetto. All these corruptions, human trafficking, so many unhappy people stuck in a cycle of this system. The consciousness of Earth right now is just not attractive. So was this TV show trying to tell us something about our consciousness? Let me know what y'all think. Stay dangerous. I want y'all to know how this Earth used to be and how it's going to be pretty soon. Yeah, we doing it, exposing Avatar. Because it definitely was a documentary on how this planet actually used to be and the people. In this land, they found so many new organisms, beings, trees, all types of advanced psychological things happening on this planet. Mainly because they wanted to colonize and obtain resources that would make them rich. Sound familiar? In the movie, there were these beings called the Navi people. Their bodies were so advanced and connected to the earth, and they seemed to have dressed to African clothing. Now, the Navi people were very, very tall, and so was nature. All the trees, everything was literally lit. There's the same thing about giants on Earth, 8 to 10 feet people living and walking around in the past. Taller than the regular humans. Because who was these steps for? I'm not just making this up. Also in the movie, there were big, tall, giant trees. You know, on Earth, the mountains that look like they cut off trees. Now in this movie, they was willing to do whatever, knocking down sacred trees, doing all types of things that hurt the planet and the Earth and everything that was connected to it. Sound familiar? Now all around the planet, there are these tall people on the walls, and they call them gods and giants and all types of things. What if all of these advanced beings who are called gods in different religions were just highly advanced beings in the past? And in the past, these people who are saying them call them gods. I mean, who knows what our DNA is capable of? So these humans want what these highly intelligent beings have. So they invaded and took advantage of the peace that we had. AKA Native Americans, Africans, Egyptians, all that. Same thing that they did to the Navi people in the movie. So much bad, sad, negative things happening on this planet to where it can't even be its full potential because it's trying to clean itself up. Prime example, while we're alive, we take so much resources from the earth. And then when we die, we put ourselves in coffins, unaccess to the earth or the soil. In the movie Avatar, they literally bury their bodies to give back to the earth, but we don't even do that. Let's really try to understand what this movie meant and what we're capable of. Always stay dangerous.